Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Today is February 18th, 2015. My name is Rex Harris, as always. It's great to be able to spend some time with you here this afternoon. What we're going to be sharing today, for those of you who are interested in actually utilizing this technique, is a technique that I utilize on IBO Toolbox. Now, I realize that this isn't for everybody and that most of the people that see it will never do anything with it because of the fact that they won't talk to people on the telephone. But for those of you that love your families enough to do whatever it takes to implement a proven process that will actually increase your bottom line, not only in terms of household finances, but just in terms of freedom and life in general, then this is for you. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on screen sharing, and I'm actually going to spend the next 45 minutes to an hour going through every step in this process in terms of communicating with people. I don't believe I'm going to have time to get into a press release today, but I want you guys to see how easy it is to reach people through this resource. And once you can reach people with your resource, it's simply a matter of doing the right action steps to get a result. Before I turn on screen sharing here, let me give you an example of that. For those of you that have been following along this week, sitting right across the room from me is Ricardo Rodriguez. And if those of you out there don't know who he is one of the best networkers I've ever met in my life, and the success that he's had in his home business proves that. And just this week, as he's been here, I have seen exactly what he does as far as his daily routine is concerned. I've seen the process that he follows, and I've seen it generate signups in his business multiple times over the last few days. And you might ask yourself, well, how does that happen? It happens because of the fact that he has a process that he follows every day. He gets up, he has his spiritual time in the morning, he goes to work at 9 o'clock, he pounds the telephones for 4 hours, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and spends the afternoons following up with people. And day after day after day, he generates signups in his primary business. And it's a very simple plan of action to follow. And for those of you that are already members of the Academy and have been to Ricardo's workshop, you know what I'm talking about. The process I'm going to share with you today, although different in approach because of who we're talking to, conceptually is the exact same thing. The objective of every conversation is very simple. All right. It's to make a connection with someone and earn enough trust in a short period of time that they are willing to do something that you want them to do. Because let's be realistic. We want them to watch our video presentations. We want them to join our business. I mean, you wouldn't be here if you didn't want to make money. Okay? In order for people to do what you want them to do, you have the burden of creating a little bit of trust first. And it's very easy to do. And I'm going to show you a technique that you can utilize today. As long as you've got a primary business opportunity and a presentation to send people to, a video presentation to send people to, what we're sharing with you guys will work for any business opportunity. It doesn't matter what it is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on screen sharing here. And we are going to pop on over here to IBO Toolbox. And I'm going to show you guys how simple it is to come in here and have everything that you need in terms of people right here at your fingertips. Okay. Now, the first strategy I'm going to share with you today, we're going to start off just going right into ninja mode because there's no point in sugarcoating things here. And I know that there's going to be somebody out there in our workspace that sees this video and is actually going to come in here and do something with this information. And I want to get it out to them as fast as I can. So what we're going to focus on today, and if you haven't already created an account at IBO Toolbox, it's free. All you have to do is log into the academy, go into the referral builder, and you can join IBO Toolbox there. And once you create an account with IBO Toolbox, this is a social network. So obviously the first thing you do is build a profile. Okay. I mean, and I'm not going to go into, you know, the whole process of building a profile. You can find on YouTube and Google, you know, how to set up a profile on a social network and, you know, follow the simple plan of action for that and get a profile set up. Just make sure that you use a good quality professional image of yourself here on IBO Toolbox and that you leave your business off your profile. Okay. Your profile is your profile and your business is not your life. Your business is your business. Okay. Who you are goes on your profile, and what you do goes in the blanks where what you do is permitted, where banner advertising is permitted, where links are permitted. I see so many people utilize their profile to just post a sales letter to and wonder why nobody's signing up for their business. Well, duh. I mean, if you don't understand why that's not happening, I would highly encourage you to read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you don't understand that, I mean, and I'll give you an example. Here's how many of the women in our workspace feel about the actions of most marketers. Yesterday, I was on a workshop with two women, the blog babes, who are part of the Academy of Home Business, who I respect greatly. And I heard words come out of their mouth such as pimping and feel like that they're being French kissed by a stranger when people do that. Now, can you imagine why your business may be suffering right now if those are the practices you've been using? Have you ever stopped to consider how your marketing practices are impacting each individual that you use them on? I mean, if you're making people feel physically sick because of the way that you're conducting business on the internet, what are the chances that you're actually ever going to make any money? Zero. Because you're instantly turning people off. When somebody comes to me and tells me that the actions of a particular person feels like they're French kissing a complete stranger, that speaks volumes as to where the mindset of probably most of the people in our workspace is at, because they're tired of being pitched. And we see it all the time with every new product launch. You know, I mean, over and over again. Oh, you know, I can just see, you know, the madness. And quite honestly, it's, you know, it's going to be the downfall of any person that utilizes those techniques. They don't work. All right. You can ask Ricardo what works. Come to Ricardo's live dials and you'll see what works. Okay. Here's what else works. Okay. Now that you've heard my little bit of a rant there for this afternoon, if you didn't already have an IBO Toolbox account, hopefully during my rant, you took the opportunity to actually go in here and create one, because the information I'm going to share with you right now is going to do you absolutely no good if you don't use it. Okay. It's like the Bible teaches. The Bible teaches that faith without action is dead. Okay. So is your business. Okay. You can come to workshops and webinars all day long. watch and participate and cheer on your favorite marketers and tell them how much they're helping you and everything else. But you know what you're doing? If you're not going out and applying that information, you might as well be spitting in their face. Because that's how I see it. That's how I see it when we see people come to Ricardo's live dials over and over and over again, day after day after day. And I sit here and I watch him demonstrate this. I see as the incoming calls come in. I listen as he continues to sign people up into his business opportunity. And I have come to see and realize there's only one reason why other people aren't getting the same result is because they're not doing the same work he is. And they are making 900 different cussing excuses. Why? Every day. What I'm going to show you this afternoon can make you money today if you will go and use it, and it's not going to cost you a penny. All right. So second rant over, we're on to training. Here we go. IBO search. If you've got your computer open up right now, I want you to click on that. Click on IBO search. All right. And if you're watching this video recorded right now, pause the video, go log into the Academy of Home Business. If you haven't already, not already a member, create your account. And once you get inside, go into the referral builder and sign up for IBO Toolbox. Okay. It's absolutely free to use this resource. Okay. Now, here is where having a simple knowledge of what's taking place in our workspace can do for you. People have often asked me, well, Rex, you know, how do I reach other internet marketers that are in other business opportunities? You know, nobody wants to, everybody wants to promote their business opportunity, but nobody wants to join mine. That's false. That's completely false. And let me explain why that's false. Okay. I'm going to show you two different websites right now. Please take notes, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm showing you how to get paid right now. Okay. MLMwatchdog.com. This is a website that you should watch diligently for a couple of reasons. A, it will protect you from getting involved in something dumb. Okay. And yes, I did say something dumb. And B, it will give you, you know, information that you can use to create content. It will also give you information you can use to leverage signups into your business. And I'm going to show you that next. Okay. The other one I want to show you right here, if you go to google.com, okay, and do a search for behind MLM, okay, here's another website where I can go to at least find out what's going on. Now, I'm not telling you, okay, I'm not telling you to go out there and take everything that you read on these websites as the gospel truth. Take what's there, use it to make an intelligent decision, and also use it to leverage signups in your business. I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? If any, you know, most of the people, like I said, that have their head in the game know that a company called Wake Up Now, okay, is on their way out. It's my understanding they're out of business. I've heard some rumors about, you know, their people are still going to be able to buy product and stuff like that, which again, all things that you can use to leverage signups if you're smart about it. But long story short, here we have a organization of people, bless you. We have an organization of people who are without a home. Some people have already moved on, but the majority have not. And the majority are basically going to be left to the wolves for every other vulturing mother cusser that comes down the line. It's going to come out there and pick them off like little baby bunnies. You know, wow, that was pretty extreme, but the point is there. You know, that's exactly what happens in our workspace. And you've got the opportunity right now to actually go out and utilize the technique to do something cool for someone. Okay, so I can go to IBO search right here, and I can search for people by name. Just make sure that you check the box. Okay, make sure that you check the box. Okay, I can search people by country, city, and state. I can search them by the company they're promoting. I can choose all members of IBO, only my associates, none of my associates, or only my personal referrals. I can choose the date range in which people joined, which I'm going to show you how to do today. Okay, there's so much stuff that you can do just through this resource right here, because here's the truth. In order for you to make money as a home business owner, it requires someone to buy something from you. They're either buying a product, or they're buying a distributorship, or they're buying some type of affiliation. But the truth of the matter is, for you to make money, people have to buy, and people love to buy. I love to buy. My wife loves to buy. Okay. Do I like being sold? No. All right. You don't have to sell anybody. Okay. You can literally give to a point where people will, I'm not going to say automatically join your business, but you can basically give your way, to signups in your business. And if you don't believe me, come check out Ricardo Rodriguez and watch what he demonstrates. Look at Ernie Pinard and what Ernie Pinard demonstrates, for those of you that know Ernie. Look at Darren Little and what he demonstrates. Okay? 3 of the biggest go-givers in our workspace that I know. All 3 of those gentlemen, monumentally successful at what they do. Living free. No money worries, no time worries. All right, so let's go back and talk about Wake Up Now. Okay, I'm going to put a checkbox here in company, and then I'm going to click Wake Up Now, and then I'm going to search IBO Toolbox. All right, and I'm going to see all of these names of people that come up here that somehow, some way, over a period of time since they've been on IBO Toolbox, have put on their profile that they are affiliated with Wake Up Now. Now, because of the fact that we know right now that Wake Up Now is on the way out, don't you suppose these would be good people to call? Well, Rex, can't I just send him an email? I don't know. Do you want somebody just sending you an email? Really? Would you like somebody to take the time with you? Would you like somebody to invest time in you and give you their time? All right. Well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you reap what you sow. Okay. You reap what you sow. And if you have certain things that you want, there needs to be seed that's sown directly in accordance with that in order to make that happen. All right. So now I'm going to go through here and I'm going to start looking. I'm going to look for people here who have demonstrated that they are somehow, some way connected with Wake Up Now. And I'm going to begin to build a lead sheet. There's a lead right there, and I didn't pay a dime for it. Okay. I pulled a Skype ID. I pulled a telephone number. Just like that. Okay. And what do I know about this? Okay. These are people that were in what was Wake Up Now. That's all I need to know. Then all I have to do is formulate an intelligent way to communicate with these people. And I can do that one of 2 ways. Okay. I can sit at my home and struggle with that on my own for days, not knowing what I'm doing. Okay. Or as a member of the Academy of Home Business, I can send in a help desk ticket and say, hey, Ricardo, hey, Rex, I was on a workshop the other day when you guys were talking about, how to reach people and business opportunities that are either challenged or going under. I found a couple I want to do research on, but I'm not quite sure how to talk to them. When can I set up a time for you guys to help me out with that? And boom, you've got access to us. Why you wouldn't take advantage of that is beyond me. Because I'm going to show you how easy it is. Okay. So basically I can go through here now and I can look for lead, and here we go. Look at this. Here's another one, Skype ID and phone number, just like that. Boom. Okay. Now, once I have that information, all I have to do is formulate an intelligent way to speak with these people. I forgot I'm doing this Hangout style. I'm going to have to unlist this video when I'm done, because what I just did is technically a no-no. I broadcasted somebody's personal information live, but they did post it on a public network. So, but nonetheless, YouTube will still smack you for it if you don't unlist it. So here we go. How do I talk to people in Wake Up Now, right now? Well, what do we know? Well, we know Wake Up Now is going out of business, and I want to have an intelligent conversation with this person. So here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do, okay, step one, okay, is connect and associate. And I'm going to do that saying exactly this. When I call somebody by name, okay, hi, is Bob there? Or if a man answers the phone, I'm calling Bob, I'll just say, almost like a question, hey Bob, yeah, Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? Okay. First thing I did there is I created association. Okay. We now have common ground. I didn't call up and saying, hey, is Bob there? Hi, Bob. My name's so-and-so, and I represent such and such company. And the reason for my, no. Okay. Hi, is Bob there? This is Bob. Bob, Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? I have instant commonality and instant association because of the fact that I made a decision to utilize a strategy that helps me associate with somebody. What does this do? Okay. Okay. It's a foundation for creating trust. That's what I want to build here. In order for Bob to take action on anything I'm going to share with him today, I have to somehow, some way, in the next 5 to 10 minutes or less, give this person reason enough to trust me just a little. Because once I give them that, once they think, okay, this is a person I can trust, and they'll say, okay, well, yeah, I'd be happy to at least take a look at a video. I'm not, saying that you're going to gain a little bit of trust and earn $1,000. You want to earn $1,000, you have to earn $1,000 worth of trust. People wonder why they struggle with so many of these nickel and dime programs out there. I heard somebody say the other day, couldn't believe it. Talking about the entry price of a program. Well, nobody wants to sign because it's so expensive to join. I'm like, how much is it? He says, it's $90 a month. Like, dude, that's not expensive to join. People join several opportunities out there every day that cost $3,000 to $5,000 to get involved with. Oh, I don't have the money to do that. No, it's not that you don't have the money to do that. You are not investing the right time, because you could do that as long as you're involved in the business opportunity and have a place to send people to a presentation, you can do that with exactly what I'm showing you today. Because like I said, remember what I had mentioned earlier in the video. In order for me to make money, people have to buy something. That's just how it is. All right. So Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? Okay. The most common response that I get is, hi, Rex. I'm good. Great. Okay. Thanks. How are you? That's the most common response that I get to that. When I ask them, how are you today? I get, I'm great. How are you? Okay. My reply would be, and we'll call this step 2. Okay. That's basically our connection and association, IBO Toolbox. In step 2, we're going to call this the rapport, is what we're going to call this. Okay? That's what I'm going to say. I'm right there. I mean, if somebody tells me they're okay, I'm never going to say I'm okay because I'm always fantastic. All right? But if somebody says that they're great, I'm going to say I'm right there at, you know, good, great, or better with you. That's what I'm going to say. Okay? If you call somebody and you're like, you do this and you hear, well, I'm okay, things aren't going very good right now and stuff like that, that means you're calling the wrong people. That means that you're not paying attention to people's profile pictures, because 9 times out of 10, you can look at somebody's profile picture and have a pretty good idea. Even if you take a look at their content and what they're posting on Facebook, you're going to have an even better idea of who is going to answer the phone. What I'm showing you today, ladies and gentlemen, you can actually go through and hand pick your leads for free. Better than any other lead you could ever buy in our workspace. All right, so rapport. I'm right there at Great With You. Have you ever watched Tony? And if you haven't had a chance to watch this, go watch it. It's Tony Robbins' video on rapport. And he uses a couple different examples in there of how to create rapport using your voice, whether you're on the telephone or you're person to person. Because if you understand how to, I'm not going to say mimic or replicate, but if you understand how to match is the good word. If you understand how to match someone's disposition, you can create rapport faster. This works great for person-to-person communication and when you're talking to people in person. And the example that he gives, I'm not going to go into great detail because you can watch. Was she crying again? Was she really? Okay.
I got it.
Cool. Appreciate it. Ricardo's got the baby. So if you watch that video, he talks about a doctor that had a patient come in. And the patient being, you know, kind of one of those uppity guys, you know, really in your face, doc, I'm in a bad way and I don't know what's going on. I'm hurt and stuff like that. I just don't know what more to do. And I'm tired of this and I'm tired of that. And versus the doctor being meek, timid, and vacillating in that case, if the doctor is like, you know what? Stop your complaining, sit down, shut up, and listen for a minute. You might think, wow, that's pretty intense to talk to somebody that's addressing you like that. But here's the thing. You can create rapport doing that. I'm going to give you one more example before we continue. Last night, it was probably, what, 11 o'clock. And Ricardo and I are still sitting outside and still chatting with people from Facebook and stuff like that. And we get with this kid on the phone. Okay, a young kid is having some success online, having some success in real estate. And we were pretty hard on him. I actually recorded a good chunk of that. And we're going to make that available to our private exclusive members, our Gold Club members inside the Academy. But what I respected about this kid, regardless of the fact that we were really trying to push him, okay, Ricardo especially, the kid stayed in the game and he came right into it, and he basically was able to offer, a solid response for everything that we asked him. And the big part, there's 2 reasons why that happens. Number one, because he had the confidence that he'd had some success, which is huge. And that's going to give you a little bit more fortitude as well as you go. Okay. And the second reason is, most likely he understood the rapport thing. And I say that because of the people that he referenced throughout the phone call. He referenced Jim Rohn during the phone call. He referenced Tony Robbins during the phone call. And he demonstrated his ability, or at least his willingness, to be certain in a conversation with other successful people. I was super impressed. That's a great way to build rapport. Granted, again, it's something that you have to just step into it. There's no way to kind of tiptoe into that kiddie pool. but it works, you know, especially if you handle yourself respectfully and tactfully. Okay, so I'm right there at great with you. We want to connect and associate and build rapport. Okay, so hi, is Bob there? Hey, Bob. Or, you know, hey, Bob, which is I like to use if I'm calling somebody up. You know, Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? Okay, I'm right there at good with you. Okay, thanks for asking. Okay, I'm then going to go into immediately the reason I'm calling today. Okay, now I don't usually use the words the reason, the reason for my call. Okay, this is what I tell people. I was just doing some work here in IBO Toolbox when I ran across your profile. Okay, and remember, we're focusing on Wake Up Now. Okay, and I ran across your profile. And I've been hearing mixed things about, okay, and don't do this, don't do what I'm sharing with you right now with companies that are out there valid and active. Don't go out there and try to deceive people, okay? Do this, when you know that, wow, that company's in serious trouble, and don't guess, know for sure, do your homework. Okay, know the reason that Wake Up Now is going out of business is because they're $15 million in debt. Know those type of things. Okay, be smart when it comes to your business and your craft, because that's exactly what this is. The ability to do what we do is a gift. Okay, and it's a gift that you can develop if you're willing to do that. So I was doing, and I've been hearing, mixed things about Wake Up Now and whether or not they are going out of business. Okay, I'm calling, because I'm looking for I'm looking for some truth. I might even say I'm looking for some truth in the madness. Okay, does that make sense, Bob? Okay, what's Bob's most likely response to that going to be? Anybody? It's going to be yes. You can structure your conversations to where the majority of the people that you speak to are going to speak to you favorably. I heard this multiple times today during Ricardo's session this morning, where people were commenting on the fact that there were several people on today's session that were very just polite and very pleasant to Ricardo on the phone. And if you notice, if you watch Ricardo do calls, I've noticed this, okay? Ricardo gets exactly out of people what he puts into them. And yesterday I watched Ricardo probably, do it is fantastic as I've ever seen him do the ultimate script. And he was right back in form today. Okay. He had a little bit of a rocky start this morning, but once he got his groove, boom. He got his yeses for the day, already got his sign up, and he's sitting over there on his computer doing something else right now. But, what's that? Oh, he's over there taking care of my granddaughter. He's such a nice guy. So, all right, very simple. You might say, well, Rex, what does this have to do with getting people signed up into my business opportunity? And my answer to you is this: right now, nothing. Because you shouldn't even be thinking about signing up this person into your business opportunity right now. You should be focusing on making that connection and building rapport, because once you have that, okay, even if that person doesn't join you in a business opportunity today, tomorrow, or the next day, that doesn't mean that they might not 2 weeks, 2 months, or even 2 years down the road. Every relationship that you create online, keep a record of that. Just like my new associate Steven from Vero Beach that I met on IBO Toolbox searching for local networkers in my community the other day. Yes, IBO Toolbox is that good. All right. So step one, connect and associate, build a foundation for creating trust. And two, continue the conversation where you're going to create some rapport. Okay. And I'm going to put a note in here too, match voice and inflection. Okay. If you're on, you want to turn somebody off immediately, be that person on the phone that has to be right all the time and just completely ignore the way the person answers the phone. Because if I'm sitting here and calling people and I'm calling somebody who, is in their retirement years and they answer the phone and they're meek and mild-mannered and stuff like that, I'm not going to build any rapport by being a ridiculous hard ass. Okay? By pulling the, well, do you know who I am card? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach what those who are successful teach, like Tony Robbins, and I'm going to utilize these basic things to give myself every advantage in that conversation. So if I call up the phone and I'm talking to somebody that's 65 years old and retired and very meek and mild-mannered and female, okay? Hi, is Barbara there? This is Barbara. I'm not going to be like, Barbara, this is Rex Harris from IBO Toolbox. I'm going to instantly turn her off. I'm going to be like, hi, Barbara. My name's Rex Harris, and I'm calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? All right? Ladies and gentlemen, when you take just a moment to think about the words that are coming out of your mouth and the tone that they're coming out in, that right there can be the difference between 3 signups and 7 to 10 signups per month, just in your voice inflection. And the only way to master this is to actually go out and do the work. All right? And I'm actually going to show you a trick for doing that today too. For those of you that were paying attention last night and came out to the roundtable and heard what Ryan Gunnis shared last night, I mean, that right there alone was worth, I could build a product around that and probably charge 47 to 67 bucks for it. It was remarkable. So once I've done that, I've been hearing mixed things about Wake Up Now and whether or not they are going out of business. I'm calling because I'm looking for some truth in the madness. Does that make sense, Bob? Well, of course it does. Okay. So do you have a couple of minutes to chat? I'm always going to be respectful about people's time. Okay. Most of the time they're going to say yes. Okay. But if they say no, then I'll set an appointment. If they say, well, now it's not really good. Well, it sounds like I caught you at a bad time then. When would be a good time later on this afternoon or this evening, for you and I to spend just a few minutes on, spend a few minutes together. Okay. When would be a good time for us to spend a few minutes together? Okay. Now there's reasoning behind the word few there. Okay. And this is something that I learned from Darren Little. Okay. If you are talking to people in reference of time and you give people the impression that they're about to go watch some long, drawn out presentation or workshop that is probably going to do nothing more than repulse them in the end, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Okay. But when you use select words, well, when would be a good time for us to spend a few minutes together? It's very non-threatening. It's not like, I'm not asking, to spend, 30 minutes with them or anything like that. When would be, just a good time for us to spend a few minutes together, and so I can, and I will just leave it at that. When would be a good time for us to spend a few minutes together? If they say, well, you know, Rex, I'm probably done with Wake Up Now. I don't think I'm ever going to be involved in network marketing again or something like that. Chances are, if they are feeling that burned right now, what I'm going to do, okay, if I find someone if you find someone that's just feeling burned and doesn't want to talk, okay, keep their information and check back with them in 30 days, okay? Create a spreadsheet, you know, in Microsoft Office or Open Office if you have to, and keep records of that stuff. Because, you know, right now they might be feeling, Rex, right now I'm just not feeling good about any of this stuff, and I really don't want to talk about anything of it. You know what I'm going to do? I totally appreciate that. I can get where you're coming from, and I'm certainly not going to pressure you to talk about this right now. You know, and I might say something like, you know, my hope and prayer is that, you know, that you can find some peace in this and not let your entrepreneurial dream die here. Okay? I'm going to write that down for you. My hope and prayer is that you will find some peace with this and not let your entrepreneurial dream die. Okay? There's a reason that I'm going to say that exactly like that. Okay? Because the whole purpose of that phrase is going to be to trigger an emotion, because I know that when I can trigger an emotion, people are more prone to take an action. And I may be able to bring Bob back here by saying, well, Bob, my hope and prayer is that you'll find some peace with this, you know, and not let your entrepreneurial dream die. Okay, but I'm not going to take up any more of your time right now. I'm not going to, you know, take up your time because I can hear how much this meant to you. Okay, all right. My number should be on your caller ID. You know, feel free to call me anytime if you want to chat. Okay, have a great day. All right, but I'm going to keep record of that conversation. All right, and I might call Bob back in 30 days. Hey, Bob, Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? Oh, hey, Rex, how are you? Well, I'm great, man. Thanks for asking. Say, listen, I know the last time we talked, you were going through a bit of a rough patch there with Wake Up Now, but, you know, just kind of wanted to follow up and, see if you would, found some peace with that. And if you were looking to move forward, if you found anything new, you know. And a lot of people say, you know what, Rex, at this stage of the game, I've tried a couple of these things, I'm just done. And at that point in time, you know what, I'm probably done with them too, because I'm not going to chase people I don't have to. There's billions of them out there. Okay, but you just never know when you might be on the, Rex, I'll be honest with you, you know, after our conversation that day, and I kind of, I really appreciate the way you handled that. After a conversation that day, I got to thinking, I really shouldn't let my entrepreneurial dream die with this. You know, just because the company went down doesn't mean, I need to go down. And boom, you're back in. All right. This is all part and parcel of making sure that you're taking care of and focusing on your business every day by keeping records of your conversation, by keeping track of your leads. All right. So I'm going to run through this again, and then we're going to continue.
I got to go one for that.
What's that?
Just because you got your heart broken doesn't mean you can fall in love again.
That's true. Just because you got your heart broken doesn't mean you can fall in love again. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm relating to them. Just because you got your heart broken doesn't mean you can fall in love again. And you would be amazed at when you use wording like that. I mean, there's times where that will just flip a switch in somebody. They'll be like, yeah, you're right, Rex. Kind of like you. What do you got going on right now? I mean, how many times does that happen, Ricardo? More than you can count. Just by knowing what to say. But in most cases here, when you're asking somebody, do you have a couple minutes to chat? The answer is going to be yes. Well, of course. I love to wake up now and I want to rant about it, maybe. You know, or they're going to be professional about it. They're going to say, well, yeah, sure, Rex. I mean, I know there's a lot of information out there. I'll do my level best to clarify with you, okay? So when they say yes to talking with me, okay, there's three things that I want to know. First and foremost, okay? One, okay? I want to know how vested they were in Wake Up Now. Well, okay, when they say it's talking to me, you know, I usually reply something like this. Well, you know, thanks. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you. You know, thanks for your time. I promise. You know, I won't waste it. You know, I mean, and you know, I promise I won't waste it. And it's cool if we just get down to it and talk. I love this line, and talk business, right? Talk business, right? Okay. Because once they give me permission to say whatever the cuss I want to say, I'm in. And that's what I'm saying, right? It's cool if I need to be a complete butthole right now, right? That's what I'm asking. It's cool if we just get down to it and talk business, right? Yes, it is. Fantastic. I just said butthole on a hangout. Can you believe that? Cuss hole. I'm kind of riled up today. I'm not quite sure why, but it is what it is. So again, I appreciate that. Thanks for your time. I promise I won't waste it. And it's cool if we just get down to it and talk business, right? You know, let's just jam this out. Okay. First thing I want to know, how long were you with Wake Up Now? Okay. This is a qualifying question that I'm going to answer here. Okay. This is a qualifying question. Because what this is going to tell me is multiple things. All right. And let's look. What can I learn right now? Okay. Well, if they were in 3 months or less, then chances are there's, you know, not as much they can answer as someone who was in longer. Okay. Doesn't mean I'm not going to answer the questions, but you know, it also gives me, you know, an idea too of you know, maybe how long, you know, and you know, how long you were like, you know, and you know, and you know, how long have you been, you know, how long have you been in this case, because it's how long have you been in network marketing? Okay, I don't want to know how long they've been marketing online. They could have been trying 900 different things for a decade and nothing worked. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years. Okay. And, you know, but I got to go to work at 4 o'clock. So, you know, I'm going to ask them based on the type, and how long have you been in network marketing? Okay, cool. So, all right. So, okay. And you know, okay. And you know, in your, you know, what's your take on why Wake Up Now went out of business? Okay, and then I'm just going to let them talk, because that's my only intention here, is to get them talking. I want them to talk because the more they talk, okay, and the more I listen, the more they are going to like me. Okay, and again, if you don't understand how that works, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Okay, if you're an internet marketer, network marketer, and direct sales, you've never read that, you should, because it will dramatically improve your people skills, and it will give you confidence in those situations when you understand people, when you know certain things to look for and listen for. It makes it very easy for you to lead people to say yes to you. Okay, not because I'm being malicious. Okay, it's because I'm utilizing this skill because I have something that can be of benefit to them and to their family. I have something I want to give them. I have something I want to share. Okay, so I'm going to take them, through this point here, and I'm going to find out how long they've been in Wake Up Now, how long they were in network marketing. If it was an affiliate-based product, there's times too where if I say, well, I'm not just in Wake Up Now, I'm also in, this and that and everything else, juice and all the other things, that's probably somebody that I'm not going to spend a lot of time with. Okay. Again, it's just more of those things that are going to help me qualify people. Because if I've got somebody that's involved in 50 different things right now, how in the world are they going to find time for another one? And I am happy to sell stuff and give people the satisfaction of buying it. But at the same point in time, I'm also looking at in my case or Ricardo's case in network marketing, building a team, building an organization of people who are willing to learn and lead. And if I find somebody that's been doing this for 10 years and they've been in 50 different things, that's a pattern of behavior that chances are you don't want your organization. And by taking a minute to just rationally think like we have done today, like the Bible teaches, come together and reason, okay, you can see that this is not rocket science. I don't have to be a pitch person. I don't have to be a presenter. I don't have to be a salesman to make money doing this. All I have to do is know how to A, make a connection, okay? Find that point of association. Step 2, create a little bit rapport, okay? In most cases, I'm in. My conduct is going to determine more than anything how someone responds to me. That's it. The way I conduct myself is going to determine my outcome. I'm either going to win somebody or I'm not. And if you're not winning with people, there's a very good chance you're not winning in business. Okay? So what's your take on why Wake Up Now went out of business? Okay? I want their take on it. What's your take on it? What's your take on it? Okay? I might even say, I've done a little bit of research. Okay? I've done a little bit of research, okay? But what's your take on it? Okay? And the amount of responses that could come from this are too many to name. However, okay, we can break it down into, a couple of possible directions the conversation could go in. I've done a little bit of research, but what's your take on why Wake Up Now went out of business? Okay. 1, they're going to give you their take. Okay. Okay. We're just going to say outcomes. I'm not going to go through all of them because there could be dozens. Outcomes. We'll just say top 3 possible outcomes. Okay. 1, they just give you, they give you their take on it. Okay. 2, they won't speak because they don't know. Or 3, they weren't in that long and don't really know. In any scenario, again, you're going to be able to determine from the responses that you get where this person's head is at in the game, and you should even know this before then, because like I said, if you're on the phone with one of those people that sounds like this, and maybe you can relate with this. Hey, is Bob there? This is Bob. Bob, Rex Harris calling from IBO Toolbox. How are you today? I'm good, or I'm okay. And that's all you get. That doesn't mean that you're not going to create rapport, but it does mean that they are probably a bit on the defensive. I'm okay. Well, you know, well, that's good to hear. Say, listen, I was just doing some work in IBO Toolbox here, and I noticed that you just joined, and I wanted to call and say welcome to the community and see how I can help you get started. Okay, if I'm talking to new IBOs. If I'm still talking to people in Wake Up Now, you know, I mean, I'm going to do the same thing. You know, I'm okay. Well, that's good. Well, hey, listen, the reason I'm calling today is because I was just doing some work in IBO Toolbox when I ran across your profile, and I'd been hearing mixed things about Wake Up Now. The moment I drop that name to that person, it's a very good chance I'm going to create an emotional response. When I drop that to people whose company just went out of business, what are the possible responses that I could receive? Be angry. Okay? Could be relieved. They could be sad. They could be devastated. Okay? Very true. Okay? You could get any type of response from those people. But most of the time, I think you're going to, you know, experience what I experienced. It goes pretty smooth. Been a long time since I've had somebody go completely, you know, either bonkers on me on the phone or completely belly up and just completely tell me their whole life story while they sobbed in tears. It's happened a few times, but, you know, it's the exception and not the rule. If that happens, the best thing that you can do in any of those situations, if somebody's just being flat out ridiculous and mean, hang up. You know, sounds like I caught you at a bad time. Have a great day. Be done with it. Go on to the next one. If you're dealing with somebody that's it's just devastated by it and they break down, take a few minutes to just listen. Because you know what you're going to do in that case, in that situation? Probably going to, at the very least, win a friend or somebody that's going to respect you when they see your stuff out here because you called them and you lended them an ear, even though they did absolutely nothing with you on the phone that day. When they see your picture pop up somewhere, or they see you've done a blog post or something, chances are, you know, that person, they're going to think that person was pretty cool to me. I'm going to go check out and see what they got to say. And then the next thing you know, they're calling you back. Okay, I mean, this really is, remember when we were kids, we had those books that were like choose your own adventure books? That's basically what this is, based on how you communicate with people. And I see we got the top of the hour, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. And I'm actually going to make this video one of a video training series that we're going to be putting together for all of our Gold Club members inside the Academy as well. And you'll be able to find the script in there underneath your Gold Club tab. Okay, so top 3 possible outcomes. They give you their take on it. Okay, they're honest with you. They won't speak because they don't know, or they weren't in that long to really know, or I mean, you know, again, you know, complete and total breakdown. You know, which could happen. Okay, probably the least likely to happen, but it can. All right, and like I said, in complete and total breakdown, you know, one of 2 things. You know, either, you know, it sounds like I caught you at a really bad time. If they're being angry or even mean, and end the call, or just listen. Those are your 2 options, okay? Regardless of what comes out, you know, so what's your plan for moving forward? I'm going to let them tell me. Okay. 1, they have a plan. 2, they don't know. 3, they are giving up. That's pretty much where you're at with that. You know, they've either got a plan, maybe they've even moved on. Okay. Well, you know, Rex, you know, I'm moving on. You know, Wake Up Now was great, and it's really sad to see him go. But you know, I really like what Ameriplan's doing, and I jumped right on with Ameriplan. Okay, whatever decision, you know, I wouldn't say, you know, if they have a plan, you know, if in this case, because I mean, here we go with more scenarios. Okay, these are scenarios that you need to know how to deal with when they come up. Because it's one thing to give you guys a script to follow, because what happens when you go out there and you follow a script and somebody says something to you and you don't know how to deal with that? What then? Okay, you guys have got to understand the process. You got to see how it works. Okay, let them tell me they have a plan, they don't know, or they are giving up. Okay, if they have a plan. Well, you know, Rex, you know, I do have a plan. As a matter of fact, I just jumped on board with Ameriplan, and I'm really excited about that. You know, okay. I'm going to say, you know, if one, you know, congrats, you know, way to stick with it and go after your dream. Okay. What can I do? What can I do to assist you in the process? Okay, that's a door opener right there. Well, what do you do? Guess what? Ta-da! There you are. Boom, here I am. What do you do? Okay. Well, you know, if you've got a few minutes, you said you've moved on to Ameriplan, right? Well, if you got a couple of minutes for me to, you know, show you something cool that, you know, people are using for Ameriplan and other business opportunities, you know, it works with any of them. Yeah, does Ameriplan have a video presentation? Don't they, right? Absolutely. Okay, great. I got to get you a copy of the ultimate script. What's your best email address? Or better yet, send them to the academy and have them sign up into the academy, because they can get the ultimate script for free right in the members area now. You can collect an email address and send it to them manually, or you can just have them sign up in the academy, and who knows, maybe they're going to go gold lifetime and you're going to make a boatload of money, you know? Okay. If they don't know, you know, if they don't know, well, I'm going to say, would it be worth a few minutes of your time if I could show you something, you know, if I could show you, you know, a couple of options that are producing, you know, fantastic results right now? Okay, what are they gonna say? Well, like what? So again, you're in. Okay. At that stage of the game, if you get to this point and you're getting these type of responses, you've at least earned enough trust that they're going to give you some time. Doesn't mean they're going to give you their money yet, but they'll probably give you their time, because people are more likely to part with their money or their time first than money. It's backwards, but that's the way most people think. You know, to me, you know, I'd rather utilize the money I'm able to generate than you know, have to go out and use my time for things I don't want to use my time for. You know, I would much rather pay someone to do all the yard work in our beautiful lawn versus going out and spending the 3 or 4 hours it would take me to do it on my own. Does that make sense? Okay. And if they are giving up, okay, refer back to, and I'll just go ahead and mark that in here. Okay. Refer back to the asterisk. Okay. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. In about 60 minutes today, we were able to go through and put together an intelligent way to communicate with people and start to develop some trust and build our brand here in this workspace. People talk about branding all the time. Well, Rex, I want to brand myself. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Best way to brand yourself Go out there and give. How does Ricardo brand himself? He goes out there and gives. Okay, and when he gives, what does he ask in return? Go post a testimonial on your profile for me. That's all he asks. It's branding. But it's not just the testimonial itself, okay? The branding's already done when somebody does the testimonial. You're branded with that person. When they post that testimonial, boom, you know they're branded with you. You're branded with them. Because now, hey, you know who Ricardo Rodriguez is? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just talked to him on the phone the other day. That's all that guy does is talk on the phone. He called me 16 times yesterday. Yeah, I know, dude. You ever talk to his secretary? She always knows my name and she sounds like a robot. Cool. All right, so let me jump over here real quick. Anybody have any questions about anything that we talked about today? Hold on, I got to open the page back up again. Give me just a minute. Don't know why I closed it. Okay, let's go. Yeah, this is the other one here. See if anybody's got any questions. Any questions? Okay, I'm looking at the Hangout page right now. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? Going once? Going twice? Alrighty. Well, with that, I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's been great to spend some time with you. Oh, there's Ricardo. Say hello, Ricardo.
Hi, Rex.
I think Kenny Bob's running around here somewhere too. So we appreciate you guys coming out today. Take advantage of what it is that we're offering you guys right now. I mean, this guy's come into my home, okay, and demonstrated day after day on video. We've got more new video coming out tonight. We've got a brand new lead capture system coming out this week where you guys can go out and give away the ultimate script and generate leads to do that. That's going to be added to the academy. Maybe even tonight. I know we've had a bit of a schedule change today because I had to play Grandpa Nanny this afternoon for a bit, but we're going to get it all done. And yes, God bless Harmon Cardo. I don't know why I said that. That was kind of like a, what do they call those?
A fanatic.
Okay, well, however you want to call it. So we will see you guys tonight, AHB Live Roundtable at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And then tomorrow we have Warren McCarthy again for private exclusive gold member training at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and Roundtable again tomorrow night. All right. So with that, you guys have a great evening. God bless you. And like I said, if you guys want, you guys have the opportunity. We're here together. You want to work with us right now, all you got to do is send in a help desk ticket, and we're here. So sayonara for now, and we will talk to you soon. Later.